We should be live any second. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Hi. There we go. Wonderful. Wonder if there's a way I can move that. We can move me. Hmm. All right. Give it just a second. There we go. All right. Mm. Hey, Kentek. There. Kentek is now a mod. Not gonna need that anytime soon. Hopefully. Mm. All right. Let's get this autocomplete working. Hello. Are you a computer programmer if you don't stay up late? I don't know how moderation works on YouTube. I just figure adding people I trusting now makes sense. All right. If I get rid of this. There we go. Awesome. All right. Got that working. Um, Alright. I'm gonna try and figure out how to use like Fast API with PyTest. I need to reduce the volume on my own mic. Hello? There we go. Alright. Just gotta make sure my audio is working, but like I can't talk when I hear myself. Hey Lloyd. Alright. Poetry. One of these days I'll have to figure out how to play audio to the stream. Because I've got music playing. Um, I don't know if OBS just has a built-in mechanism for that. No. Nope. I'm just kind of coding, messing around on the computer. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. Yeah, I know there's ways to do it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to do it here. Like, these instructions don't make sense for anything I'm seeing. um, yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Weird. Yeah, I'll have to experiment with that some other day. Alright, we just got SQL Alchemy. Uh, my favorite Pokemon. I mean, it's probably gonna be like this is so lame. Like Charizard, like most of the megas, like X is awesome. So then there's like Mewtwo. Again, like I'm a very vanilla person. So what's a popular Pokemon? That's probably one of my favorites. Hmm. All right, so we got Sequel Alchemy, Fast API. What else do we need to have? For now, nothing, I think. Yes. Asinkyo. Well, the complete packaging was not listed. Oh, we got it to break. Let's do this again. Yeah, Sandshore's real cute. Yeah, it isn't exactly special. It's just like your run-of-the-mill Pokemon. Mm. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I added a membership counter to the Discord all the way up the top. Fancy. Updates every 10 minutes. So now you'll be able to see how many members we have. Cubone is another favorite out there. It's that little backstory, like that. Not really a backstory, but like it has a backstory. All right, let's get this open. Is there not already? There we go. Oh, you know what I forgot? I just forgot to install Unicorn. Unicorn is a Python-based web server that uses the ASCII standard for running a Python website. Fast API uses it. So, and I'm working on. I want to try and build a little website for hosting code that we share on the server on the Discord server, and I'm gonna use Fast API for it. Hopefully, Moses can build us a fancy little React front end. It'll look pretty. Uh, cat. What was the thing? Log level debug. Right, that didn't work. think the delay is a little bit slower now. Trying to see. Yeah, I think it's down from like 30 seconds, maybe like 15. There's another mode I can put it in to make it a little bit faster. But apparently it like reduces quality, so like I don't know how the quality is for you guys. This isn't as high quality as it was last time. Alright, now we can start Unicorn. Let's do poetry. Cool. Yeah, huh. Are you able to read the text fine? Like, because my webcam being horrible is like the least of the problems. Oh, good. So long as the text is fine, as long as you can read what I'm writing on the screen, that works fine for me. Great, that's awesome. I did upgrade my internet, so I have a little bit more up bandwidth. Like being out in the middle of nowhere, I get decent up download speeds. Get like 200 megabits, but like the default plan comes with 10 megabits up, which is just barely enough for streaming. So I upgraded it, and now it's 20 megabits. So that should be a little bit better. Gives me a little more comfort, a little more space. Oh, we gotta import that in init. Actually, let's do this. All right. Detail not found. There we go. Unicorn. Oh, is this what I want? See if we can't get this logging to work with the auto reload. All right, so the testing showed up right there. Now let's turn on auto reload. Where'd you come from? Main. Hmm. Hmm. Why is this so complicated? That didn't do what I needed. Hmm. How old is that? Oh yeah, it's 4 years old. Hmm. Maybe the docs say something. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why Unicorn hides on my logging when I run it with auto reload, which is how I need to run it. Um, but I also need to be able to see what my code is doing. I don't think I have the time for that. um, I mean, yeah, it's just TCP sockets. Like, it's not that complicated. Making it stable might take time, but where are the docs? Oh, it's one page. I'm actually going to probably end up mess with doing some TCP stuff later on in our file service series. So that'll be fun. I was messing around with TCP a little while ago because I'm working on a little like mini project orchestration software, and I wanted to be able to communicate between processes really fast. I mean, Googling is coding at this point. Like, everybody does it. Like, you see me Googling right now, trying to understand why Unicorn isn't working. I'm setting the log level. Interesting. Thing. Oh, that might be the problem. Back there. Interesting. Says we're up to 5 people watching. Who else here? Hello. No, coding doesn't require a lot of math. Um, it's helpful for like developing like mental models. Like if you take higher level math, it'll help you understand how computer programs work to an extent. Um, but like no, you don't need to really know a lot more than like basic addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division, those kind of things. Like knowing your precedence, like multiplication, division happen before addition and subtraction. Knowing that powers happen before multiplication and subtraction, understanding how parentheses work, like that's the most that you really need to know about math. If you get really advanced, you might use some more advanced math concepts. If you get a math degree, they're going to make you take like linear algebra and uh, topics in computation and all this other stuff that's like really math heavy. But you don't have to really know it. Like you just got to pass those classes and you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, you can. You don't have to like math to be a good coder. That's for sure. Like Void said, if you're doing like front end stuff, like the most you're gonna be doing is like addition, subtraction, making sure you're getting your padding right and all that stuff. Like there's a lot of different different levels of coding that require wildly different levels of math. Um, you can definitely stay away from the hardcore math. That's for sure. I will say unicorn has some nice code here. Like it's all really high level stuff going on here. Like they've got this run function, and it's just calling other functions. There's no like lower level concerns in here. And then they jump out to do all the other stuff. Like a restart is down here. And this is why I think my logging isn't working. Because it's creating other processes. So I'm seeing the logging from the process I created, and then all my logging for my code is happening inside the process they create. And I'm not sure if there's any way to extract the logging from that process, which is irritating. Maybe. Oh, cool. You weren't a member before, or did you join earlier today, or? Always happy to have new members. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Glad to have you. We're trying out like the stream and stuff. I've just started doing this. This will be what, my fourth stream? Yeah, pretty cool. Hasn't been going too bad. I've got to figure out the microphone. It kind of gets a little like crunchy. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this is the right place for you. We're all here trying to help out anybody who's trying to learn. Um, it's a great place to get started, I think. That's at least our goal, to make it the best place it can be for people who are getting started, a good place for people who are more established to help others learn. That's what we're trying to do. All right, let's see if we do this. Later. Mm-hmm. All right, I think Python logging log to file. What I'm going to try doing is telling logging to go to a file, and then I can use tail to watch that file. We'll see if that works. Info basic config. All right, there we go. So basic config. We come over here. Hmm. All right. Let's try that. Um, and then if we come over here, nothing. What on earth? Because I've got a log right in there. Logger to set level. Logging. Why? I don't understand. There we go. That's very convoluted. I wonder if there's another way. Can I? Yeah, there's lots of bugs right now. We're trying to understand this thing. I mean, I've got a solution that kind of works here. Um, see if we can't figure something else out. Does this? Yeah. Curious. Hmm. That did that. So if I do import sys, like I can't imagine this is gonna work. This seems a little too bizarre to me. Yeah, that didn't work. Um, like it feels like let's go back over to main. Like there's not an option. Hmm. Not there. It's using stat reload. Multiprocessing. We're getting there. Somewhere. Python multiprocessing. And then what was it calling? It's calling process with quarks from config. Actually, interesting. trying to figure out if there's a way for me to thread the standard out from the top level process into the multi-processing process. So that's what I'm like digging through the docs right now, looking at the code in Uvicorn to see how it's all getting glued together. Yeah. Kill, terminate. This is a little bit light on what options I have. Nope. It's here. Good Lord. Yeah. What I want to do is possible. Um, but it's a pain in the neck. I would have to write all of my own process spawning code. Because then you would set the standard out for the process to your own pipe, and then you would send that pipe to your own standard out. Um, it's not ideal. Oh well, we'll stick with this solution. So what we do, what we'll do is this. Get out of all these files. And then we come over to main. This goes away. Because I only want that inside site. We're going to import OS. If OS dot get env. And then this file name. And then let's come over here. Reload that. And then we can come over to here. There we go. So this, when we're in debug mode, good night, Kentech. So right here, so now this will go to a file unless we're in a production environment, which we're checking right here. And defaults to false. If it's false, we tell it to output to the out.log, and then we can monitor what's in the output.log using the tail command. So this is auto reloading here. This is monitoring the log here. Definitely not ideal. All right. So what's next? Oh, I guess we should try out Alembic. I'm going to use this for managing database migration. It's a bit of a project. This will just let us make changes to the database in the future. Like, we create it one way and then realize we need to add something. This will make that easy. Setting this up, not so much. We'll figure it out. Like, if anybody has any questions, that's what I'm on here for. I'm gonna do this for like another hour, just dabbling around. Just want to be live on a few more days. Like I think Wednesdays are gonna be me just jumping on and coding for a couple hours, answering questions. Nothing crazy, nothing really like planned. It's just a reason to jump on and code and stream at the same time. Might make it more days each week. We'll see. There's some projects I don't want to code live because they're just so complicated and confusing. Like something like this, where I'm just like poking around, trying to figure out how something functions. I can do this live, no problem. And like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like I've been literally jumping into the code for different projects and seeing how they work, and then looking at docs, and that's my process. Like, I dig into things and figure out how they work, And that gives me an idea of what I need to Google and see if I can figure out how things work to get things to function the way I want it to function. And actually, like here, we're doing reload. We should import OS. And then we should do... Maybe we should do that. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably smarter. Is dev true? And then go over here. Boom. So now if we are in the dev environment, we'll have it output to the log. And then you come over here and you do reload. So if it's dev, it'll use reload. Actually, you know what? Better name for this. Debug. So if debug is true, we'll set that to false because we want to default to not being in debug. And then we can come over here and we can do debug equals false. We'll use the same key, environment key. And then if debug else log, whoops, didn't mean to do a string, else logging dot info. So that's going to be the default level. Reload will be for debug. And then this, whoop, if debug else info. Now, if we run it in debug mode, it'll log out in debug, and then it'll also enable the reload. And then if we're in debug, the site will detect that and use a log file. Pretty fancy. All right, and then we need to do debug equals, ooh, I hadn't considered that. True. Because that's going to be a string. It's not going to come in as a bool. Then we do poetry run python -m. All right. It's not working. Why is it not working? So let's do this. Main. Is it working? There we go. Debug true. Do that so I can see what the type is. It's the Boolean, true. Interesting. All right, so it does come through as a Boolean. And then if we come over here, or did it? Wait. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Why did that not print? You know why? So it goes into production mode. Never mind. Hmm. That shows the type. So like if we go over here, I can show you. And then I do a format string. Let's do X, R, and then let's do Y, R. And then just so we can see the difference, do them like that. So the ones on the left are going to be with the repr, and then the ones on the right won't be. And you'll see the difference. Like, see right here, like the int doesn't get anything, so it's just the 5. And then the string gets the quotes around it. But then over here, without the reprs, they both show up without the quotes. So by using the bang R, I can see that the type is a string or an int, whatever it is. So it can be handy for other things. Like you can set like a dunder repr or dunder string, and if you use bang R, it'll call dunder repr instead of calling dunder string. It's like if we had a class. And then we do X, and that one right there are called dunder string. So it'll show us str. And then this one, I'm going to use bang R. So that'll call dunder repr, and it'll show repr. There we go, see? So that changes what it calls. So you get a different representation. Like string is supposed to be the pretty presentation of what it is, whereas repr is like the representation of what it is. So that's what's going on there. It just gives you, it should give you more information that's more useful for debugging. And in this case, it's not helping me because nothing is happening. Yeah, no problem. If I could figure out why unicorn is such a pain in the neck, that would be great. That. There it is. Oh, there it was. Showed up there. Now it showed up there. So I just didn't see it. So if we go ahead and run that again, yeah, debugging is set to false. Why is that? There it is. And that's what I thought. It was going to be set as a string. Um, so if we set it like that, true. Then we go over here. Here. There we go. Now it's working. Let's just come over here. Need to go to site. There we go. And then we come over here. And we get our debug. All right, there we go. Not ideal, but it works. So. All right. Next up, figure out how Alembic works. Back to that. My project, I'm gonna have an Alembic folder, env.py, readme, da da da. How are they creating this? All right. So then if I do poetry run Alembic init, Okay, so we got to give it the name of the Alembic project. And then we do that, and we see it created Alembic. What is that Alembic? INI. Lots of settings. Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, so now we got Alembic set up. Um, Alright, so then now we gotta create. Like it does, what Alembic is doing is it's creating everything for me so that later on I can just run a command and it'll create the whole database. Or I can run a command and it'll upgrade a database. Or if I find I need to remove something that I did, a change I did, I can downgrade the database. And that's basically what it's doing. Um, but it's a lot. It's something to learn. It's something you have to learn how to use. Then if I do this here, like it created all this stuff. Here's the versions. This is the file I just had it create. And like it automatically imports SQL Alchemy. So now we gotta learn how to use that. Just a lot of documentation reading. Like this is stuff I wouldn't modify. This stuff right here. I don't think I would modify anything here. Like I don't know why it says none. But I suppose we'll learn that. But like I could target, I think the way it works is I'm gonna be able to target this specific version of the database by using that ID. That's what I think. I don't know. We'll find out. Um, and like then there's like this down revision, which is none on this, which should, in theory, be the version that comes before this version. So if I were to create another revision built on this revision, its down revision should be this right here. I feel like there's probably a cleaner way to do that, but that's how they chose to do it. So, and like everybody uses this, so it can't be that bad. That over there. So, op.create table. And this is going to be bit. SA dot curious SQL Alchemy. Just trying to figure out what type I need. Probably should use Unicode. There we go. Anything? Oh yeah, we need to do. That's probably going to be too small. Text. How does this work? Do that. Hmm. Trying to think what I need. I think we'll go with that for now. We're just experimenting. And then downgrade. op.drop table. Bit. There we go. All right. So now we have a table. Yeah, it'll be available after. I'm not going to be on here much longer. Just going to try and get Alembic working. Thanks for watching, though. I appreciate it. Good night. Thanks for watching. All right. What is next? We've got upgrade, we've got downgrade. Running our first migration. Um, this should explode, right? So we skipped a step. Where? There we go. And all right. What are we gonna do next? There we go. And I have to do that. Now, if we run that, it explodes. Poetry and still explodes. Alembic. Well, you know what? It doesn't actually need to be poetry. Remove greenlit. There we go. Just needed to create the database, which it should have. Yay, there we go, database.db. And then that should be accessible pretty easily. All right. Don't think it generated models. Ooh, this is probably the way we're supposed to do this. This looks complicated. Not too bad, though. So from that, if we do this. Don't think it modifies the INI. Get rid of that. So it should be only the INI. Well, did that throw away my changes? No, it did not. Cool. So, what do I have to do? So now we have to edit that env.py because we need to import the model. Now the question becomes, um, models. How does this play with SQL Alchemy's async code? Because we need to use async since we're using Fast API. We don't want database queries blocking our web requests. Equal alchemy. Oh dear. Can I? Hmm. Poetry add with extras. Really? Is this something special over here? Hmm. Yep, slowly but surely figuring this out. Come back over here. So it seems like we should be able to define everything like normal. Declared base. All right. So then I come over here, inside of models, inside of init. Oh. Why? There we go. And then I go over to here and I do import bit dot models, and then down here we do bit dot models dot base. And actually, let's come over here. And then we do this base. Nope, it still shows up because PyCharm is silly. So let's do it this way. Then if I go over here, dot, still shows it. Weird. All right, so that, in theory, should make it possible for me to auto-generate Then we do Python file. Bit from bit dot models import base class bit base, and then we do table name bit SQLalchemy.orm or no. Column, date time, integer, Unicode. Column, integer, primary key true. Code equals column, Unicode, nullable false. Created, column, date time, server default, all right, so func, and then we do func dot, how did we do that? Ah. And then it's SQL.func.now. Right, like that. Edited. Column. Date time. On update. SQL.func.now. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We're going to do something different. User ID equals column, integer, nullable, false. All right. Now, that's working. Well, that should be working. We assume that's going to be working. Leave this open for now. This is what we're trying to do. Poetry run add bit table. Ah, right. We have to go back to models init from bit.models.bit import bit. So let's do this. This and this will go bass. And then we have to come back over here. Dot models dot base. And then we dot base, import base. Hopefully. Where did I put that? And down darn it. Oops. Here. Oh no. Why? I don't understand. Alembic. Oh. Oh. We missed something really obvious. Really obvious. Right here. This is supposed to be metadata. Why that couldn't be just automatic, I'll never know. But it's fixed now. It functions now. We can come over here and we can see that we have our auto-generated migration. That has our bit table, ID, code, user ID, Unicode integer, primary key constraint is our ID. So it did everything for us. Even got our downgrade. Pretty awesome. I think that's pretty good for one day. Figured out how to use Alembic. Wasn't that bad. A little bit of a pain in the ass, but got all the commands working. Got our models set up. In the future, I can make this like a foreign key to the user table. I'm going to create an audit table that'll keep track of like created, edited, and it'll let us know who did what. It shouldn't be too bad to do. And then this should, in theory, function with an async database driver like AIO SQLite or PG, what's it called? I can't even think off the top of my head. Async PG, that's what it is. So this way you can do things asynchronously, and it'll work nice with Fast API. So that'll be this project. Hopefully this will get done pretty quick. The idea is we'll have, because right now, if you upload a code file to the Discord server, the bot deletes your message and then uploads your code files to a GitHub gist on my GitHub account. And that's not ideal. It works good. It does the job. But I would like to have my GitHub account to myself. So, what I'm working on is a website for our server where we can host all those files. So it'll automatically upload all the files there, and you'll be able to view them on the website. And maybe we might be able to figure out some way to do like some basic previewing too. I'm not totally sure how that'll work though. Unfortunately, the reason why we don't use the built-in code file viewer on Discord is because it doesn't work on mobile. And we're trying to avoid the possibility of someone uploading malicious script and then someone unwittingly downloading that script and then accidentally running it. So that's why we have the bot delete code files. And we're trying to come up with a solution that is safe and still lets us upload files. Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. Like I said, Moses might work on a front end for this. If he can manage it, it'd be fun. Like, I know he was playing around with some code formatting, so that's why I asked him if he might be willing to do that. It shouldn't be too big of a project. It's a fun little project. I'll throw it up on the website when it's done. I might work on it some more later this week. We'll see. It'll be fun. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Until next time, have a great week.